Runaway robot. Welcome to DieFall, The Aspects, the Smash Brothers episode.
No, it's not.
Before we went live, I asked that everyone turn off Smash because apparently while we were setting up, 3 of my 4 cast members are all playing Smash.
It was important
right now.
It was important
right now.
It was crucial.
It was crucial.
I unlocked Roy.
Yeah, okay.
The fate of an imaginary world was on the
You can
line.
set it down for 3 hours and let's play some stinking Dungeons and Dragons since we've been off for a week.
I was ready.
I'll try.
Are you ready?
I am.
We'll see. We'll see if everyone's ready today.
Personally,
DM prep went really well. It's gonna be really fun.
That's frightening. Yeah, I was gonna say that's frightening.
It went really well.
Doesn't make me happy.
So it'll be a good time, I think and hope.
We shall see.
Yeah. So on the topic of Smash Brothers, since Rob is down there fixing things.
Me.
Professor Sakarum, who is your favorite character to play right now?
Right now, according to the stats in Super Smash Brothers, my favorite character right now is to play as Inkling. It's a character I've actually really I wanted to try out a lot when they were first announced. Well, basically when Smash was announced, and they play so cool. It's like playing Splatoon, like while playing Smash.
Oh, it's
Brothers.
a Splatoon character. I was so confused about what's an Inkling?
Oh yeah,
I'm
Splatoon
so
character.
lost.
So yeah, it was just like playing Splatoon, like while playing Smash Brothers, and I'm like, this is so cool, and it's they're really good. Young Link is my secondary to go to that I've been going with.
Yeah, Inklings are not bad at all.
No, they're solid, because they have a nice solid mechanic that's like you spray your opponent down with ink, and you do more damage to them, and I believe they also slow down a little bit.
Oh, that's annoying.
So
it's
okay.
It's whack.
It's kind of broken, and then you can also like with your side B, like they get stuck in the ground, and so you can like do whatever, but they're kind of light. Like
Didn't Donkey Kong have one of those in
Yep.
where he like headbutts them and they get smashed into the ground or something like that?
There are a couple characters that have moves like that right now.
Wow, true CC in the
All
game.
about the
That's
CC,
interesting.
baby.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so Inkling. Rob, since you're done digging around, who is your current favorite to play right now?
Well, it's always gonna be Link. Always.
Okay, yeah, okay.
They changed.
Don't they have like 16 different types of Link though?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. No, but it's interesting because like the first time since, I mean, the only changes they've made to him since N64 has been like they changed his boomerang to like the Gale boomerang for like 1 or 2 versions of Smash.
I remember that, yeah.
Produces a tornado, but like this, they like fundamentally changed Link. Like he doesn't have a hook shot anymore. He's modeled after the Breath of the Wild Link, so he looks totally different. And he has a remote bomb like in that game. Like they just changed everything to have references to Breath of the Wild because it's like kind of the new direction that they're taking.
Sure.
Zelda. Like they're modeling ongoing Zelda titles like from this point on after Breath of the Wild.
Mhm.
Like that's the new Zelda model, and I'm into that. So
I just learned that there's no hook shot in Breath of the Wild then.
no, there's not. Spoilers.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there it is. No, that's cool. That's cool. It's interesting. That's
Yeah.
because it's been such a staple in all the other 3D Zeldas.
Yeah,
Well,
it's interesting.
There's the one in the next one, because god damn, would that be awesome?
Nah.
You don't
Just
need
being
it
able
though.
to hook shot around enemies and
You don't
find
need
a way
it, but you can climb up shit.
Yeah.
and- I don't know.
I guess
There's
with
no
the
You
reason.
can
climb, it
climb
makes
almost
sense. I think it'd be
anything
cool.
in the game.
But I think it'd be a cool like tool to assist you in climbing even further and faster.
Yeah, I
and
guess
stuff.
I kind of think of Monster Hunter when you shoot
Yeah.
your thing up onto the wall and it gets you up there for faster.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
As far as new characters go, though, I really like the way Isabelle plays.
Yeah,
It's like a trollier, dirtier villager, and I'm so into it.
I hate her so
She's
much.
I
got a
love
command
it.
grab.
I love it.
It's so good.
Who's Isabel?
She's the little dog from Animal Crossing. The little
Okay,
Secretary.
I never
she's
played
like a
Animal
little
Crossing,
poodle.
so
she's
Okay.
like brand new. So
okay.
She came out in New Leaf.
yeah, and she's adorable and has a fishing rod grab where you cast it and then you can
Hate.
hook people to you and
Hey.
throw them anywhere you want.
Wow. Cool.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rel, who's your favorite? Tom, we'll get to you.
Oh.
Don't worry, dude. We'll bring it
Oh.
around, man. We'll bring it around.
All right. So ever since probably Brawl, my main has been Zero Suit Samus, and that's because she's fast. She's got really good air control. She's got really good range,
It's because she's hot. Don't lie.
and
Facts.
also she is really hot.
Yeah.
That had to be
If
last.
you need a
though.
better reason.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. They definitely nerfed her. Like the very first day, you know, I went on there. I finally unlocked Zero Suit Smash thanks to a particular chart that shows you exactly what characters you unlock when you run someone through Classic. And it's like they made her up air slower, so you can't combo as fast. They made the down throw slower as well. Like you recover, you take longer to recover from that, and so you can't combo as effectively from that. They did make some buffs, like to her up smash, which can actually launch. It has greater launch power, but overall, it's changed how she plays, and now everything sucks.
For you.
Yes, well, for me, because like all the people I play with, all the people I play Smash with online, they are all better than me.
Yeah.
And it's like I picked Zero Suit Samus because it's the character I enjoy and it's the character I'm pretty good at, and like I can, on a good day, I can hold my own against them. And now everything changed, and I have to relearn everything.
I feel that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel that. I'm the weak link in my friend group.
Yeah.
I'm the non-existent link currently. But if any, when Rob and I were watching the award show this week and they announced the Persona 5 downloadable for Joker being in the game, I was like, I guess I really am getting this game now. So
Yeah.
I haven't bought it yet
Hell
because I haven't had time
Also,
to
I wanna
play anything.
point out-
But
If Persona 5 comes out for Switch, that's going to be a day one buy for me.
oh yeah, absolutely. I'd probably buy it again too, to be honest. I don't know why, but maybe just so I could take it on the go and maybe actually finish it.
Yeah.
That'd be like
This is
that'd
what
be
the
the
Switch
reason
is
for me to do
for.
it. But yeah, so to jump off the Smash train for a couple seconds here. Hey Tom,
Hey!
Tom, I want to talk about something very, very specific with you because I had
My favorite characters
such
of the week.
such a good time watching you play Mutant Year Zero last night. It was so good, dude. It was so good, and I've it's been a while since I've watched a stream and been like really invested in everything that was going on. You know what I mean? And like actively like interacting with chat all the time. And I did it for like 2 hours last night while I was editing. So give me the thoughts. Mutant Year Zero. What do you think? How is it?
So, I absolutely love the game. It's so much fun to play. My experience last night was weird. Okay, like the stream in general was absolutely popping, and the game itself, it was the weirdest thing. So I streamed it for the first time, I don't know, 3 days before or something. I can't remember. I streamed it on launch day basically.
Yeah.
And played it on like the medium difficulty. So what is classed as hard is the medium setting for difficulty. And in typical Like a Fox fashion, I found it difficult and kept making dumb mistakes and, you know, generally cocking up as we went through. But this was the first game in a while which made me want to stop playing Paladins off stream and play it instead.
Okay.
So in between the first stream and yesterday, I played about 10 hours of it. And I carried on the file that I'd started on stream. So I just carried on playing further and further into the game. And basically, I don't know whether the very hard setting in the game is not really very hard, or whether I just got really good at the game in those 10 hours. Because last night felt like easy mode.
I think from my end, it looked like you figured out the stealth mechanic to set up the fights better, which was immensely helpful.
Learning
it was
learning
huge.
what you can take down as quickly as possible in stealth
Yeah.
without alerting. Like, I love the mechanic in the game that, you know, I'm stuttering now, but the fact that enemies can be reasonably close to each other, but if you kill them stealthily, they still won't alert other nearby enemies.
Right, like it happens fast enough that it doesn't alert whoever's there with them. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And that mechanic actually expands as well, which is something we didn't see last night. But in each zone, there are gaps between groups of enemies which are big enough that you can actually kill a group of enemies using loud weapons and still not alert the rest of the zone. And you just have to learn the, like, okay, am I far enough away from that group over there that I can go in with my big old shotgun? And because you get to a point where there are certain enemies where you just can't kill them with these stealthy weapons because they're just not powerful enough.
Yeah.
And learning those mechanics, like last night, there were points where I just played it to perfection, and it was so much fun to play. It's a really satisfying game, especially with the stealth mechanics. To like sneak up, because you get that free roam aspect that you don't get in like XCOM. The way you can
that's so interesting too.
You can sneak around and like either with your like squad members following you, or you can split up and move them all individually, and you can position yourself for an ambush.
It feels very much Divinity Original Sin in that regard, where you wander around and then you like find an engagement that you want to get into, right? And that's very cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I'm looking at images of this game, and it's looking like XCOM, and now I want it.
It is really cool. Rel, I watched, like I said, last night while I was editing stuff, I watched Tom for like probably half your stream since I got on. But yeah, Tom, do you still have your link too? If you want to go ahead and copy and paste that bad boy in, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the. You have a sponsored link for this, which is pretty cool. So if you want 10% off on this one, and this is me fully endorsing this. It was such a fun watch last night, and I think you guys. I'm probably gonna get it. I just need to find time to play it. And
I don't know if
you like XCOM,
post this. I might have to put it in Discord and you post it.
Sure, yeah, if you need to.
I'll try, but I think it's gonna get.
Some people have regular status, and then it'll let them go. But it depends on who I have.
It's a confusing long link, but that's basically a trackable link to purchase it through their website. It gives you a Steam key.
Yeah,
but you have to use an actual code. That link doesn't give you the discount. You have to use Like a Fox as a coupon code.
Cool. Like a Fox, not Tom Like a Fox. Understood.
Yeah. Hunter, you got it wrong, man.
He's good. All right, cool.
Well, thank you for the plug. But yeah, it was really super.
It's a very cool game. It's a very cool game.
If you like the strategy, I played 10 hours and I didn't feel like I was anywhere near the end of the story.
No,
so I think there's quite a lot of playthrough, to be honest.
And the difficulty setting being at hardest, like when you were playing it, it felt like it looked good, right? Like it looked challenging enough that it's very punishing when you screw up. But so I'm assuming the easier difficulties, if you guys just want to go play through it, should be relatively good enough to do, right?
Yeah. So the main differences between the difficulties are you get more health back after each engagement. So once the encounter finishes, you'll get a certain amount of health back. And also your abilities will cool down. On the hardest difficulty, your abilities don't cool down automatically after a fight. So you have to plan for your next fight. So, but yeah.
Cool.
I'm sure people will enjoy it.
I like it, yep. So if you guys are interested in XCOM style stuff, it looks great. And the devs deserve a lot of credit for that because it's gorgeous too.
It's beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Beautiful looking.
Okay, I think that's enough pre-stream for us today, guys. So thank you for bearing with me while we go through all that and everyone gets warmed up. So let's dive down here into DieFall. I need to find, where's my map? There it is. All right. So let's get back into DieFall. I think what we see as we get our title screen, like above the desert in Adis, we like get a hard cut straight to where the Lady Tasir, the small gnome girl, stabs Darien and he goes down like a sack of bricks. And then Miera like cold cocks her in the back of the head and knocks out this tiny gnome child amidst all of these bodies of these gnolls in a dark, like kind of I don't want to call it like damp cave, but like it's a very kind of dark, silent, solemn tomb. So I think that's where we find everyone is right after Darien basically gets a health potion popped into him. I think we resolved how much health you got back, Darien. But we kind of come back directly to you guys in the room with the Lady Tasir on the ground unconscious, kind of licking your wounds from making your way through a lot of traps that were in this tomb, as well as the fight with these gnolls that had this kind of eerie glow to their eyes, and they didn't seem to make any noise throughout the fight. So it was a little odd. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
What was I doing when we left off 2 weeks ago? I think we were tying up Tasir, and at least one of us was.
I think you guys had maybe a plan to do something like that.
Yeah,
but I'm not exactly sure if that had actually happened just yet.
All I know is I disarmed her, so she doesn't have her dagger with her anymore.
Mm-hmm. You removed the dagger. I remember that.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, while I inspect the door, can someone please tie up my sister?
Yes, I'll go and do that. Right away. Darien, could you help me? Is he? Are you conscious, Darien?
I
believe so.
solid question. I drank. I know I drank the potion because I got my health back. I got 14.
Yeah, I'm checking.
health.
You did. You
okay.
should be alive.
So he's up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Rubbing where she stabbed me in the side. And like kind of slightly afraid of a child unconscious. I'll be like, yes, I'll help.
Right,
Okay.
sounds good.
Yeah, just give me a quick like dexterity check with advantage because you do have help. We're just gonna see how well you do it. It's not gonna be difficult, obviously. She's an unconscious tiny gnome girl.
She's
Yep.
tied.
Yeah. So she's tied up.
Real good.
Yeah, you played a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 and you hog-tied her up, and that's about it. Okay. Yep, so she's tied on the ground. You guys are pretty well wounded. You're in this room with a bunch of gnoll corpses, and there's the large mural on the wall that seems to be split somewhat down the middle and looks to be a door. Again, if you want a description of the mural, there seems to be a battle or a war going on. There's a large set of giants on the right-hand side with one seemingly in the clouds holding a bolt of lightning. And then on the left-hand side, there seems to be armies of well-armored hobgoblins with siege engines and a dragon in the sky with a hobgoblin in full plate armor holding a sword aloft. Again, the mural itself seems to have a slot in between the rib cage of the giant in the sky, and you remember that the Lady Tasir was completely enthralled with the mural itself and maybe what lay behind it.
About how big is the slot?
You go up to it and you kind of put your hand up next to it, and you notice it seems to be probably about maybe 2 inches across or something like that, 3 inches across.
Okay.
Slot like 3 inches. Sorry, excuse me, 3 inches tall, but maybe like half an inch thick, if not less.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to Seer and check to see if she has anything on her that might fit that.
Yeah, you check her person. Tasir's wearing some old Erdrickian servant gowns, ripped and torn. The insignia seems to have been cut away and patched over. She has dozens of scrapes and bruises. Again, she has blood dried to the side of her face, matting her hair. Her long hair's been cut short, poorly, and it's growing out in all these different lengths. She doesn't seem to have anything else on her person, save for another crudely made dagger in her boot.
I'm gonna just remove that dagger.
Sure.
Good idea.
Just take that away right now. I'm trying to think. I'm guessing that the daggers are not, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Are they about the size of the slot?
It looks like the blades are similar, The blades are similar in size to the slot. It doesn't look perfect by any means. but it looks like you could probably slide it in.
The dagger in her boot or the other one that Miara has?
Either one. They're both kind of crudely made, but they're like blades sharpened down to a point. Both of them, one seems to be a closer fit than the other, the one in the boot, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not perfect.
Why
Either
not?
one would fit.
Scientific endeavors. I'll try slotting it in.
You push the dagger in. It's a bit above your head height, so you're kind of like jabbing it in above your head. And you slot the dagger directly into the chest of the giant holding the lightning bolt in the sky. And there's a kunk and kind of a clunking sound.
I'm gonna look around the room, see if anything's changed or if the door is opening.
Sure, yeah. As you turn around, the rest of the party sees pouring out of the sides of the door a bunch of beetles, and they seem to be making their way quickly towards you.
Like
Oh, damn.
regular beetles or the
That
giant
seems
kind?
scary.
They leap off of the wall in a swarm and attack you.
Okay.
Initiative.
Yeah, so there's a swarm of beetles, and they've now landed on Ignis, and they've begun trying to attack him.
Oh.
They make the first move here
Oh
because
God!
they have you by surprise.
Oh God!
Currently, they're unable to get through your armor, but they are like, the swarm is on you.
As soon
Oh,
as
God.
Ignis starts panicking, I'll drop what I'm doing and run over.
Stop, drop, and roll! Stop, drop, and roll!
It's for
I'm gonna-
fire.
And
Can
beetles!
can I, you got plenty of health right now, Ignis, right?
Oh no!
Please
It's all
do
right,
not kill the gnome.
No. But you're not like low on health, are you?
Don't kill me, dude.
I'm not gonna kill you, man.
I'm gonna try not to.
Can I
Or
run
no,
yeah,
over to him?
Sword
So-
has
so-
more than
can I-
half
can I-
HP.
Can I get quick initiative rolls from you guys?
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
God.
not going to bring up the tracker. I'm just going to mental track it, just because
Also,
there's not a point in having it out right now. But
okay. Also, you can't thunder step the swarm away because they're on me.
I wasn't gonna thunderstep, man.
Also, please
You know
don't
I
shoot me
have-
with force beams.
I have other tricks up my sleeve, dude. Where's this initiative thing again? My eyes have gone blind. There we go.
it's,
Ignis,
there
just
it is.
throw an acid vial specifically
Yeah,
at
so-
the beetle.
so Ignis, you're covered in these beetles. What would you like to do? You're the first to move. Obviously, the beetles are on you. They're occupying the same space technically.
I can't throw fire or acid. I am gonna just wildly smack them and just stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, you drop to the ground and you start rolling around. You seem to crunch a couple of them, but the majority of the swarm is definitely just maneuvering around and on top of you. So yeah,
God.
Darien, yeah, it's your go, bud. What would you like to do?
So I'd like to run over to Ignis and try to. Well, first of all, you said they're pouring out of the walls. So,
Yeah, it seems that this swarm has poured out of the walls and then
but the
attached
singular
to Ignis.
singular swarm has gone toward Ignis. Like they're still not like beetles coming out of the walls toward the other
Correct.
players. Okay,
Correct. Yeah, it just seems to be this one group has poured out of the walls and then attacked Ignis.
got it. Yeah, so I'd like to go over to him and try to, I don't know, help brush him off or
Yeah, sure. So you run up to Ignis and you begin to start brushing them off. You notice now that some of them begin to start crawling on your body as well.
Oh God, vile creatures!
Yeah, I mean, do you like try to like smack some of them and things like
yeah,
that? or-
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's like a formal attack roll or anything, but
Yeah, so what
just
you would
trying
do,
to crush a couple of them.
For you, it's just going to be a straight. It's going to be it's with proficiency.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be it's likely your athletics check is
Okay.
going to count as your attack roll as you like attempt to just like hit them.
Okay.
Just use your hammer on them. It's fine.
So yeah, you're able to hit like a couple of them and whatever. So the roll here, it's 1 damage plus your strength modifier is the amount of damage you do.
Okay.
So it's 1 plus 3. Is that your strength mod?
My strength mod is +3. Yep.
Plus 3? Okay, so you deal a quote-unquote technically a total of 4 damage, but like you squash like 4 or 5 of the bugs on your turn, and then they're still like swarming around though.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so they're still on Ignis. Ignis, you were able to crush a couple of them. I didn't have you roll damage for that, but like some of them are gone, right? Don't worry, I've taken that into HP account. Okay, so that leaves Hathol. It's now your go. What would you like to do?
What would I like to do is okay. Damn. You didn't cast your shieldy thing on yourself, did you?
That would have been a concentration. I guess I can't remember if I did.
No.
No.
Would that have gone away after combat? No, I didn't. No, I cast it on Darien, didn't I?
Yes.
Did you?
Attempting.
I did.
Well, someone cast it on Darien at some point.
Okay.
What's the duration on it?
That's
the only thing that matters.
Is up to 10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes, so it could still be active.
Okay.
If you had cast it on yourself. I don't remember. That was 2 weeks ago. My assumption is no, but if you want to fight it...
I'm going to say we spent more than 10 minutes fucking around and trying to figure out this mural and...
Sure. I mean, tying up your sister, looking at the mural and stuff like that, it's possible that it would have been too long and fallen off, and that's something we just don't worry about then.
Meh.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Please don't shoot me with the magic force beams.
No, shut up. No, I genuinely don't know what to do at this point because
I think I might have an idea for myself, but
I don't want to go and like physically get in contact with you like Darien did. I don't want him on me. Oh man, this is tough.
You can use your use an action to aid somebody, like to hold it to help somebody, or I think, right?
I mean, yeah, he can also move over to Ignis and start trying to brush them off as well, right?
Yeah, but then I get them on.
You can do it so that someone's next turn could have advantage, right? Like assist.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be like, I want to assist them in brushing off the things, or I want to do.
Yeah.
You say you have an idea.
I do. Yeah. Question, really quick before I execute it. A tinderbox is like a box of matches, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to try to see if I can use the matches to lure the beetles with animal handling to get
a tinderbox. It depends. So a tinderbox ends up being like probably flint and steel, and then some kind of flammable object like cotton or wool or something like that. Small pieces of tinder. That's a tinder box. Matches is actually a thing.
Okay.
So you would have a box of matches.
Gotcha. Because the idea was to lure them away with fire.
You have torches.
Yeah. To like light a torch and then lure them away with animal handling. That's my idea.
I mean, it's Hathol's go. Hathol, let's resolve your turn.
So it's up to you.
You can wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait because I don't want beetles on me. But the only options I have right now are gonna hurt Ignis at the same time.
Hathol with his arms outstretched, with his book open and outstretched, kind of hesitates a little bit, leaving enough time for Miera to go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna do what I think I'm gonna pop a torch that I have in my Dungeoneer's pack.
Okay.
And try to like corral the best I can. This is the best word I have to describe the insects with animal handling.
Sure. So pulling out the torch and lighting it is a full action.
Okay, yeah.
So on the next turn, you'll be able to try to make an animal handling check.
And I'll let them know I'm gonna try to lure them away with fire. Just remain calm.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
This swarm, is it still coming out of the walls while this is happening, or is it now fully out of the wall and all on Ignis?
From what you guys have seen, it seems to be just this swarm has come out of the walls and attached themselves to Ignis and somewhat Darien now.
Okay, so
from what you can see, it doesn't look like there's any more. There's like one or two maybe crawling around, right? Not necessarily on him, but it doesn't look like there's more pouring out, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So after Miera lights the torch, the swarm of beetles that is on top of Ignis is going to make another attack at him. They bite down in his body, and after a bit of time, they've worked their way into his clothing and underneath his armor. They deal you 8 piercing damage, biting all over your body and stinging at you.
Oh god, there goes a third of my HP.
Okay, this brings it to Hathol. This is like the bottom of the list right now. So if you'd like to do anything, now's the time.
Okay, let me do some quick maths here. Four. You got, if that's a third, you got 20. How much HP you got? 16.
16.
Oh god, no! I can't do what I want to do then.
Yeah, please don't blow me up.
Just
You should have did it
Stop
before
it.
they attacked.
yeah. No, even that would have been too much of a risk, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in panic, I'm gonna just join Darien in trying to get as many of these things off of him.
Yeah, so Hathol like snaps his book shut, slows it to the side, and then runs over and starts trying to pat them down. Yeah, so give me an athletics check, whether or not you're proficient. This is what it would be. And
athletics,
we'll see if you're
say?
absolutely. Yep, because you're trying to hit things.
Yeah, because
with
I'm
your
so
hands.
good at.
Yeah. Woof.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tom
so
does
maybe
one of those Bugs Bunny thing where there's a beetle crawling on his face, and then he like punches himself in the face, and the beetle flies away.
yeah. So Hathol, you end up dealing 1 damage, but I think you maybe hit a beetle too hard. It kind of maybe freaking out a little bit. Ignis, I think you take some subsequent damage from that.
Oh come on!
Because you smack one on Ignis, and Ignis, you take 1 point of damage from that.
15 health.
Like it does not get worse than a 0 here, guys.
Unless you already had. No, it doesn't get worse.
Technically, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, I think it's my turn.
Yeah, so we go back to the top of the turn order. It is now Ignis's turn.
Well, geez, I'm being swarmed by beetles and someone punched me in the face. I'm just flailing wildly. Just trying to throw them off of me.
Okay, you're just trying
throw
to
them off of
get them off of you?
Yes.
Sure. You're not necessarily doing any damage to them necessarily, but let's see what check we can make to maybe see if you can't move them somewhere. I think this is like it's similar to a push action.
Okay.
So for
SWAT action.
yeah, it's swatting them away. Let's see how well you do. Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
I think. Well, I was gonna say exactly the same, but they're not. Acrobatics is slightly better. All right, acrobatics it is. Here we go.
22. Yeah, so you start brushing them off all over your body.
I
But they
backflip
seem
away from
to
them.
They seem to start getting on your friends. So it's like right now, Ignis, you have like a third of the remaining on you. Hathol, you have a third of the remaining on you, and Darien, you have a third of the remaining on you. It's not a whole lot anymore, but they're still there, and they're still attempting to bite all of you. So now it's instead of one big swarm, there's 3 small ones. Is that your go, Ignis?
Only in DieFall could a crit mean that things get worse.
You did really well.
Yes.
Does it change the fact that
did
there's bugs
too well.
everywhere?
Yes.
Does it change the fact that there's bugs everywhere?
Yes.
Okay, Darien, it's your go.
Yeah, that was my turn.
Unless, I mean, Ignis, you can like try to run away, or
Could
you can use a
come
bonus action.
You know where the torch is lit.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Bugs
I'm
are
gonna
attracted to light.
actually no. I'm gonna run over to the door. Or was
the
I at
one
the
you
door?
came into, or the mural?
Yeah. Did I end up going away from the mural at any point?
Well, you were examining it, you slotted it in, you like went and you turned around from it, right?
Yeah.
And you were looking around, and then they attacked you pretty much in front of the mural. You're still there.
Ah.
You haven't
Okay.
moved.
Okay. Then I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, Darien, what would you like to do, bud? You got some bugs on you now.
Darien definitely loses his shit and tries to start smacking bugs off of him. And
Seems about right.
yeah.
Darien's 2 fears: mushrooms and beetles.
Yeah, so you start smacking at the ones on your body. It's definitely not like the full swarm anymore. And you do a total of 4 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're able to smack and crush the rest of them and stomp the last one into bits on the ground. So they're dead.
This doesn't function like an attack action, does it?
Athletics? Yeah,
Swat.
that's what I've been counting. That's what I've been counting it as. Because you did it previously.
Can I do an extra attack?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you seem to have swatted them off of your own body.
I just realized I was like, I guess we're kind of counting it like attack.
Yeah. So I'm counting it. Yeah, it's an open hand action for a non-monk, right?
Nice.
So yeah, you have an extra
Nice.
attack. So go for it.
Nice.
So the ones on your body seem to be gone.
Okay, cool. So I guess I'll go back to helping Ignis, unless he. So did he like totally get the swarm off of him and then it
Yeah.
went to all of us? Oh, okay.
I backflipped
Wait.
away.
No, I said he had a third on him. You had
Oh,
a third
oh,
on
oh.
you,
Oh,
and
I'm
Hathol
sorry.
had a third on
the only
him.
I
one without any
misunderstood,
armor.
and I thought it was a third on everybody else except Ignis. Okay, so
Right,
yeah, I'm
that
gonna
was
go
my
back
thought.
to Ignis and give him a.
Yeah, so you
Give him a help.
and you smack off the rest of him from his body. Hathol seems to be the only one that has any still remaining on him. There's some like kind of crawling around on the ground that didn't necessarily go with the swarm, but like he's the only one that seems to still have these stinging, biting beetles on him. And that is, I think it's now his turn.
Yeah.
Actually.
All
So
right.
Hathol, what'd you like to do?
So I'm gonna go off to a corner of the room. I want to move it. I want to move into a corner of the room,
No,
at
don't
least
do it.
5 feet away from everyone.
No, don't do it.
Well, the room's a circle, but yes, at least 5 feet away from everyone is possible.
And
So-
I'm gonna cast Cloud of Daggers directly around myself.
You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube. A creature takes 44 slashing damage.
It's actually 64 because it's a 3rd level.
Oh, 3rd level. 64 slash, so 8 damage.
Wow, that's some shit rolls.
Wait, is that the additional or hang on? 44. Okay. Plus. Wait, what? Why does it
Yeah.
have it twice here?
There's the 2d4 and then there's the 4d4 for a total of 64.
The damage increases by 2d4 for each slot. Understood. Okay. So 12 total damage. They will take it at the start of its turn, right? On a turn or starts its turn there. Yeah, so there's this cloud of like ethereal, like kind of misty like daggers around his body now spinning at a pretty high rate. You notice these all kind of like come out of Hathol's book. Hathol, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay. It is now Miara's go.
All right, so Hathol's the only one with bugs still on him.
As far as you can see, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna carefully approach Tom, or Hathol, and I'm going
Do
to
you-
try to see if I can bait the.
How close are you?
So not exactly within 5 feet, but
So like you're like 10 feet away.
yeah, roughly.
Okay.
We'll say,
Okay.
Yeah. So like I'm
I'm asking, are you entering the blender? That's my
I'm
question
not entering
here.
the blender. No, I'm not about to relive Saw. So
There we go. Okay, so yes, you're standing just outside of the cloud of daggers, and you're doing what?
yeah, and I'm gonna see if I can use the fire that I have on the torch to bait the beetles away, or bait the beetles at least to the torch.
Make a animal handling check. Let's see what happens.
Come on, Mama needs a wand of beetles. A 9.
A 9. Well, let's see what the beetles do. The beetles don't move. They don't seem to recognize the torchlight either through the daggers or for any other reason. You're unable to get them to leave leave Hathol and go towards the light.
Damn it.
And then is that your turn?
Well, I didn't necessarily attack, so I can't use extra attack to try again.
Correct, because you haven't taken the attack action. You used
No.
animal handling as your action.
And bonus actions aren't really going to help me at this moment. Marking them is not going to be helpful or a good idea when I have only one spell slot left.
To be fair, I think at the start of their turn, they're probably gonna die anyway. At this
Yeah.
point.
So I'm kind of just going to back away from it again. I'm like, well, I thought that was going to work.
Sure, as soon as Miara starts backing away, the cloud of daggers, you watch as they all turn inward and slice straight through the remaining beetles on Hathol's body, and then all the beetles have disappeared. So yeah, that concludes the combat with the swarm of beetles that have come out of the mural there.
For once I'd like to end something without being so violent.
Well, I'd like to start something without being swarmed by insects.
Don't start putting things into holes that you aren't familiar with, Ignas.
Darien giggles.
My father gave me that lecture when I was 15, so I already know all about it.
How did that rash clear up, by the way?
As Ignis rubs his side where there's
Yeah, I
this
was gonna say, it
giant
just
black
gets
gaping hole. Poor guy.
Rob is broken.
Ignis, you feel a little tickle in that area where there's a hole. Upon investigation, there's a beetle inside of it, and you pick it out.
Stop. No. Bad. Ew. Throw it on the ground and then stomp on it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
You know
Again,
what?
looking back at the mural, you see the depiction of the war, and there are words there written in Hobgoblin. I don't believe that Hathol had shared what it was yet.
I don't remember what it
If
was.
it's in case of emergency, open and get beetles, I'm gonna scream.
So
Yeah, maybe. Just behind this door is just a bunch of beetles.
this inscription here, I believe this is what you told us last session was the inscription. I've got something written down here anyway.
Okay.
The inscription there reads, "Pierce winds never changing with chosen feather of the daughter."
Indeed. Written in
Winds never
Hobgoblin
changing,
across
chosen
the top of the mural is this sentence.
chosen feather of the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Who is the daughter and what is the feather?
Well, characters of my game, would you like to make some checks and see if we know what's going on?
Yeah,
Oh, heck yeah.
please.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna. Can I check to see if that's like historically, did anything I learned, I don't know, growing
Would
up
you
involve, like, a
like
feather of a daughter or
Sure. Would you like to consult your religious studies as an acolyte, or would you want to think that maybe history is a better thing to try and remember here?
I feel like it's history.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll history for me. Hathol, you're more than welcome to roll history for
So,
the hobgoblins, if you
Can
like.
I ask a question
Yeah,
about my background as a sage and my researcher feature?
sure.
So do you want me to put that in chat?
Yeah, of course.
Is this going to help me in some way knowing what this door is?
When you
about?
attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from you can usually obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or another learned person or creature. DM might rule that the knowledge you seek is secreted away in almost an inaccessible place, or that it simply cannot be found. Unearthing deep secrets of the multiverse can require an adventure and even a whole campaign. Yeah, this is absolutely right up your alley for this kind of thing. What I'm going to want you to do to see how much you do recall is going to be history. This is history related to the hobgoblins.
Mm-hmm.
So, Darien, you're basically consulting general history of whether or not you would have known anything about whatever this depicts, or you said specifically about feathers and daughters, right?
Well, like the feather of the daughter, like I want to know
If that
that's
means
like
something?
like if there's like some sort of a weapon or
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I for you and a 12 is good. It's above average. In your history lessons, I don't believe there was something mentioned about a feather. But in your upbringing as like an acolyte and as a noble, you probably would have had history lessons about the various different aspects and maybe some of their family trees. And you do know that aspects would have children from time to time. What's depicted in front of you looks like a war between some kind of godlike creatures, and you could probably piece together that, okay, maybe it's a daughter of an aspect.
I was thinking of doing a religion check to see if there was any kind of significance, because it looks like, we got a giant on one side and the hobgoblins on the other. It looks like a big old mythic battle.
Yeah, let's get through Hathol's first, and then you can go ahead and make that roll afterwards, okay?
All right.
So Hathol, after studying some of this, you remember some stories. It's not necessarily, hobgoblins are bad at writing things down. They're tribal knowledge kind of based. They don't really keep books, but what they do have is stories around campfires. And you do remember there being reference to a large battle way back. Something about the reason the waste exists, why hobgoblins no longer use swords, but you're having trouble remembering all of the information from that.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
well, I'm just thinking, and Hathel thinking out loud here. Pierce winds, never changing. Could this be a reference to Vas, the aspect of wind? I know that Vas is one of the aspects that the hobgoblins worship.
Are you asking me, or are you asking me?
I know. I'm sort of
just thinking out loud as Hathol?
Speaking out loud as Hathel to the group.
Sure. Okay.
This is kind of a spitballing session about what this riddle may mean. Could this perhaps reference a daughter of Vas?
I feel like the winds never changing are meant to be pierced with whatever weapon the feather of the chosen daughter is. Like, I feel like whatever this feather is, you need to use it to pierce these never changing winds. That's at least what I can glean from it. But I've never heard of anything like this.
Ignas, you want to go ahead and make that religion roll?
Absolutely. Let's see.
Go ahead. 12. God. Yeah, you remember, because every noble in Erdrick, and every noble probably likely in the world, has been brought up in some way, shape, or form to know generalities about the aspects. It's a thing. It's something that just permeates the world that you live in. Vas is sometimes depicted as a storm giant, someone who wields lightning and storms from the heavens and things like that, because the winds of storms can be pretty ridiculous. So what you see in front of you looks like a war between some followers of Vas and the hobgoblins. Vas being in the clouds wielding the lightning bolt.
All right. So it's a battle between Vas and the hobgoblins, but what do we have that would even fit in there? Darien? You have that javelin, right?
I do.
Let's see if that would fit.
Oh. And then I'll pull the javelin out and hand it to Ignis. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
I just
before I hand it to him, my lord, allow me.
No, by all means.
I'll walk over.
I'll just stand over here.
And I'll attempt to insert the javelin.
Sure. You notice as you approach, that the javelin's tip is much thinner than the slot is tall.
Okay.
Do you still put the javelin in?
Yeah, why not?
As you insert the javelin, a swarm of beetles comes pouring out of the walls and leaps immediately onto Darien.
Roll initiative.
Here we go. Roll initiative, everybody.
Okay.
Darien!
Oh, yes, it's my fault. Oh, everybody blame Darien.
Time.
Hey!
Nobody spoke
Well,
up.
look on the bright side. Miara still has the torch lit.
I do.
Yeah, so as they leap onto you, they immediately attack you, Darien. So they'll make their first attack here. Not enough to get through your armor right away, right? You've got some chain armor still on, and that they're unable to get through. And then we'll go ahead and roll their initiative here too. So 17 for them. So it looks like Miera, you're at the top of the initiative. You see your buddy Darien getting swarmed by more beetles.
God damn it, not again. I'm gonna run up and try to see if I can bait the beetles away again with the torch, because it's the only thing I know how to do, because I don't want to like punch or hit anybody.
You run up close to Darien and you make your animal handling check.
Yep. Come on, Mama needs it. Oh.
Yeah, you seem to garner the attention of at least half of the swarm, and they all leap off and kind of go buzzing towards you. They land around the torch, either approaching the light and noticing it's too hot for them, singeing one or two, but the rest of them seem to now be on your body.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I don't have to decide yet.
Okay. Yeah. So I believe it's the bugs next. Nope. Darien, you go next. Wait, no. Bugs have initiative 17. Sorry. Yeah. So they bite at you. Both Darien and Miera. Half of them going after Darien and half of them going after Miera. So far, they are unable to make it through the armor of both of you.
Okay. I was like, who's getting attacked first?
Yeah. So I now believe it's Darien. There you go, bud. Yeah, the first attack, you're able to squash some of them. You deal them an amount of damage. And the second attack, you're unable to get all of them. So you're trying to like brush them off and stuff, but you're able to hit them. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nah.
Okay. Hathol, what would you like to do?
So, it's a mechanical question here.
What's up?
These swarms of beetles are attacking as a single entity, right? Does that mean they will interact with my spells as a single entity?
You're unsure. As Hathol, the spellcaster, there's a swarm of beetles on your companions. Are you confident enough in your spells to hit the beetles and not your friends?
Yeah, because I'm badass.
Go for it.
I mean, I have bad rolls, but who cares, right?
Guys, this is where Miara dies. Can I get some ads in chat preemptively?
All right, what would you like to do?
No. Here's the thing, right? And it sounds dumb, but I don't have. Yeah, I'm just gonna do like the physical athletics thing on Miara here because.
Yeah, so you run over to Miara and you try to
God.
swat them off and stuff.
I will drop you.
Yeah, so your bonus is -1.
Oh God.
So that's fine. I mean, you're able to squash some.
So wouldn't that mean he deals 0 damage?
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make any sense though
And he's
for me.
somehow not even able to
They're just
squash
bugs.
a bug.
They're just bugs,
I know, this is funny.
and he's a human.
Oh.
Well, a humanoid.
A human.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Hathol?
Nope.
Okay. This leaves Ignis. What would you like to do, bud?
Oh
Your
boy.
friends are swarmed by the beetles that you were swarmed by earlier.
Let's see.
Create insect repellent.
I could do that.
Ignis
I can
takes the next
also-
week developing insect repellent.
Meanwhile, everyone's dead.
No food, no water, no
I have 2 thoughts. Smoke or fire? I'm gonna try one first. I'm gonna
I've got
throw
fire, so-
a firebomb 10 feet away, such that the splash damage is within 5 feet of them, but not actually hitting them.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Basically, throwing it as close to Darien and Miara so that it doesn't hit them, but it's still as close as possible.
Okay. You toss. What? Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, this is not to like hit them. It's just, yeah. Even in the AOE. Wait a minute. This basically my intention is to kind of scare or draw the beetles away.
Okay.
Yeah. There.
You throw it. The alchemical fire splatters across the ground, roughly like 5 feet away from your companions and the bugs, in the hopes that the bugs will approach the fire. So far, it doesn't seem to have any effect, but who's to say it won't on their turn?
All right. Let's see, amount of spells. I think that's my turn.
Okay, I think Miara's up at the top.
Yep. So there are other torches lit in this room, right? That we're near.
No.
No, it's just this
You have
one?
the torch in your hand.
Okay, so this is the only source of light that's in this room.
And now some of the napalmish nature of the
Yeah.
alchemical fire on the ground. Yes.
Okay.
So was this room completely pitch black when we entered it?
Yeah. That's,
Yes.
That's why. Yeah.
You all have dark vision.
Okay.
Yep.
The whole tomb's been dark. That's the thing.
yeah.
The entire tomb's been dark. You guys have just been wandering through it with night vision only.
Shit. I guess see if I can because I don't want to toss the torch, but we have plenty of torches, so I don't feel like it's also an issue. You know. So I think all right, so I'm just gonna go with my gut instinct and see if I can use my animal handling again to take the remaining ones that are on me and toss the torch so that they're just on the other side of the room, covering that fire, like kind of hovering over that torch.
They're not
Okay.
moths.
Bugs. Bugs are bugs. They're flying bugs, man.
Roll me animal handling.
Yes.
You toss the torch across the room. Roughly how far do you toss it?
So how big is the room that we're in right now?
I think it's 50 feet across. I can measure it for you.
That's kind of what I remember.
It is 55 feet across, roughly. There's a caved-in section of it, but it's roughly 55 across.
Like 20, 30 feet? Let's say 25 feet, happy medium.
You watch it go 25 feet off, kind of fading off into the distance, and it pools light around it in about 10 feet. You watch as like 1 or 2 of the bugs make their way over to it. The rest of them are still on you.
God damn.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
I don't have anything else right now, unfortunately.
Okie dokie. I believe it is now the bugs.
Yep.
They make their attacks on both of you again.
Ooh, just hitting
That is
me.
a 19 on Darien and 16 for Miara.
Meeting my armor class.
Okay. 2 for Miara, and I don't think it hits Darien.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
So did the napalm do anything?
No, seemingly it did not have an effect. Okay. Darien, is this you now?
I think so. I think
Okay.
I was right after them.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep. I said I think so, not your name. My echo just went off. I need to enunciate. I just swat at beetles.
SWAT.
Did I do it?
Oh, I only see the one roll.
Oh, I only rolled once. Was that enough to get them off of me?
No, you like kind of get at them, but they seem to like crawl over your hands.
All right, I'm gonna swat more.
Yeah. So that one, you're able to get more of them off of you or squished. There seems to be like 3 or 4 left remaining on you.
Tight. That's my turn.
Okay.
All right.
I believe it's now Hathol.
I'm gonna swat again
Squish him. Yeah, go for it.
with my beastly athletics skill.
Yeah. So you double your damage. You do a total of 2 damage.
Oh, wow.
And you swat the rest of the beetles off of Darien perfectly. Congratulations, you did it.
Dang.
I was like,
I am
oh
a-
man, that's gonna be rough. He's gonna have another turn to have to do that. Nope, he did it. He did it exactly.
I am a
There you go,
hero.
Hathol. Good job, buddy.
All right. Well, I think that's my go then.
It is indeed.
All right. I'm just gonna skip the cute solutions and just try and smack him off, Miara.
Okay, go ahead and roll me athletics.
Swear to God, Ignis.
What?
You punch me in the face,
I'm
I will
not-
drop kick your sister in the face.
I'm not Hathol.
Yeah, Ignis, you try, but you're unable to like when you run over there, you're unable to hit any of them.
All right.
They seem to be like crawling over and around your arms and stuff.
Alright,
Okay, top of the order. It's Miera.
I'm gonna squish him.
Squish him.
Squish him. Athletics check, you said?
Yep.
All right. And then extra attack.
Non-violent solutions, my ass.
What's your bonuses for strength? Is what, 3? Or 4?
2.
2. Okay, so you deal 3 total damage there. Okay, yeah, you're able to swat some of the bugs off of you, and able to squish some of them. Back of the then I guess it's the bugs. They bite you again, or attempt to bite you again. They
Oh
crit.
my god!
It seems that some have found the remaining of them have found their way underneath your armor, and deal. They bite and sting and poke and prod, and they deal 11 piercing damage.
Guys, I'm at 7 health.
Oh god.
I
This
had
is how we
20
die.
before this encounter. Bugs don't like Miera. Scorpions tried to kill her twice, and they almost did it. And now these beetles.
Okay, Darien, I
Yeah.
believe it's your go. You have Miara is seemingly having some issues here. What would you like
I'm
to
gonna
do?
go over and help her.
Okay,
Just
trying to do the pat down.
boop.
Yeah, unable. Maybe she's like writhing around too much, but they're like underneath her armor, and you're unable to find them. But you're unable to squish any.
Smack his handle. Watch where you're
Alright.
touching.
Okay, Hathol. Hey man, there's beetles. There's beetles.
Yeah.
You can zap them if you'd like to zap them.
No, any zapping I do is gonna kill more people. I already have a bad enough reputation in this party as it is.
Your aspect is destruction. You do what you need to do.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna do nothing.
Okay, Hathol, do you turn and go look at the mural again? To
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
ponder
just
some
gonna
more?
I'm just gonna leave them to it. At this point.
Yeah, I mean it seems pretty well enough handled,
Yeah, there's like
as
2
far as you
left.
can tell.
Yeah, I shall
Okay.
return to the mural.
Yeah, you go and ponder the mural.
Yeah,
more.
stroke my beard.
You notice that the spear is clattered onto the ground, or the javelin, excuse me, is on the ground, having fallen out of the slot. Okay.
All right.
So that is Ignis now.
I'm gonna do the thing,
Get him?
and I didn't do the thing.
Yeah. No, they're like they're like in her clothes. It is getting increasingly hard to do anything here.
Oh, and that's it for me, I guess.
Miara, your turn.
I'ma squish him. How many are left?
That you don't know.
Okay. I'ma squish him. Nope. One more time. Ah!
Okay. Yeah, you squish them. You think you've gotten all of them. You squish the rest of them under your clothes. You're like reaching up under your leather armor and like pulling them out and throwing them across the room. Yeah, they have bitten and ripped and teared into your body, but you're able to, get a handle on it. And quiet again goes over the room, except for there's like this like sizzle and pop as one of the bugs finally crawls over some of the napalm on the ground, and it just bursts.
No more sticking
Right.
objects into strange holes. Period. Anybody.
I have a question.
Okay, Dad.
What's up?
Is there any way I might have noticed? Did these beetles come from like the same source in the room both times?
Yes.
Like, is there a specific hole that they came out of both times?
Clog
Sure.
it.
Would you like to inspect the door a little more?
So, did the beetles come out of the door?
So both times that you've noticed, there's the mural that's flat. That is a door, right? It's a
Yeah.
door that is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
a mural. There's these walls that meet it on both sides, and the beetles seem to come out from the walls against the door.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I missed that description first time round, so my bad.
Okay. No worries.
I will inspect those openings if Hathol won't.
Sure, make me an investigation check.
Darien, can you like hold me up or something, just in case it's too high?
I hold
Oh.
Ignis up to a hole
Oh my
to
goodness.
inspect it.
Yeah, as necessary. Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys take a look more, and you notice, yeah, there's like maybe like this size holes that kind of like dot the sides of the doors where the wall meets the door, and they seem to be both sides, and they go from the bottom to the top. They seem to be little openings.
So if we plugged these in,
Yeah, at your count, there's probably like 18 total openings.
Oh boy.
Yard's words echo in your ears. Don't stick things into strange holes.
And
No,
by
no,
echo,
just
by echo, we
acid.
mean she's behind you, and she says, "Don't do that."
You know, just some acid. You know what? I'm gonna let them handle that. I'm gonna go back to inspecting them, see if I can glean any more clues as to what the feather might be.
I have a question about when we were at the hobgoblins. When they were talking amongst one another, were they just speaking hobgoblin, or were some speaking common as well?
When interacting with you, it seems that some of them would speak common, but when interacting with each other, generally just hobgoblin.
Damn it. Okay. I was gonna see if I could recall anyone saying anything at the camp, even just in passing.
You're more than welcome to make a religion check to see if you know anything about what's in front of you, or history, or maybe you picked up something along the way. I don't know. It's possible.
Maybe.
Your hometown would have known about Voss at least,
Yeah.
and maybe some of the history of that.
I think that's probably what I'll end up doing, is seeing if I can recall anything that I've heard just ever about.
Sure. Make me either religion or history, whichever one's better for you.
Okay, let me take a look. History.
And
They're the
the
same.
information that you get will be different for you, depending on which one you roll. But
I think I'm gonna do this one. 11.
Voss is the aspect of wind, generally depicted as a storm giant of some kind. That's not compared to like what's in front of you and knowing that information about Voss. You don't know about this battle, right? This wasn't in like a religious book or like a
Right.
fairy tale or something like that. This seems to be something else. I mean, you know that Voss is depicted as a storm giant, and his people tend to be storm giants, and what's in front of you looks, I mean, suspiciously, with your nature skill, suspiciously like what storm giants would look like.
Right.
Can I do a check on my knowledge of Voss, specifically?
Religion check.
Yeah, or my knowledge of Voss and anything that might, include.
I mean,
the
you've already made
daughter.
you made a religion check, didn't you already?
Yeah, that was just a general religion check of like, what do I know about the phrase? This is more about how does it connect to Voss.
Okay, all right, I see. I misunderstood what your original check was for.
Yeah. Still religion.
It's whatever's better for you at this point, religion or history. It'll change your answer, but you probably want the highest roll you can get.
I will go for history.
21. You remember sometime back in your studies, there was like a story. You feel like Earl Reist was trying to teach you something at one point in time. All you wanted to do was get back to your lab, but he was talking about something that happened to the north of the mountains a long time ago. Why there was a desert that existed there. You're not really super sure what it could have been, but you remember him mentioning Voss. And Voss having a daughter? That seems like it could be right.
Okay. Then Voss did have a daughter. And we're no closer than we were before.
Question about aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Is Voss male or female?
From what depictions that you know of, Voss is generally depicted as a large storm giant male.
Okay. And does gender still relevant in aspects having offspring?
The way that aspects present themselves is fluid.
Okay.
But generally, this would be this would be general knowledge that Darien would likely know. When they have children, because they don't have children between each other, it's very much like Greek mythology, where an aspect comes down and has a child with a mortal thing, whatever it is.
Okay.
So they're not fluid. They're not gods. They're just children. They're like demi aspects essentially.
Okay.
So for this, in the way that hobgoblins would understand things, daughter would mean daughter.
Okay.
All right. And I immediately want to ask, what do I know about the daughter of Voss?
Yeah, so you'd remember it from probably that same lesson. I don't know if Ignis would have asked. Would he have asked?
Probably not.
You know that Voss had a daughter. You know that there was some kind of conflict that relative to the waste, and why it's a desert, but you don't remember.
And you said there wasn't a feather of any sort body, right?
No. But you do notice, like, and this is Ignis, your intellect would tell you this. Feather in this sentence, when you look at it, even if it isn't hobgoblin, it's presented in capital as if it was a proper noun.
Right. I mean, my very first thought was, okay, maybe they just mean a literal feather. Maybe they're not being cute. I'm actually going to scroll back up so I can see the thing again. Oh god, where'd it go? There it is.
Yeah, I mean, so
Maybe
you guys have looked at the
thing?
door. Would you like to inspect it more closely?
Yeah. I will try.
Because so far you've got basically what's very much surface. You haven't like put your hands on it and gone looking for things, you know.
Do we want to touch it now, really?
I'm not sure.
Well, you remember... Sorry, Rob, what was that?
What was Tessie tracing?
The mural itself. She was running her hands across each of the different, like, kind of raised and carved in relief figures, as well as, when she could reach it, the slot for whatever it is. She just kind of was feeling it out and was, like, pushing against it and trying to, like, open the center of the door.
Okay.
But she had her hands all over it when you guys were walking in there.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to how she didn't set anything off. Is it because she didn't put a foreign object in it?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll take a deeper inspection of the door, I guess.
Sure.
And
roll me investigation.
Hand Darien back the javelin. Just so we don't forget about it.
Yeah. So Darien, you have your javelin back.
Investigation.
Yeah, so you get closer at it, and your dark vision doesn't allow for much detail. You probably could use some light.
Can someone bring me a torch?
Yeah, and then I'll light a torch for him.
There's one across the room.
Yeah, you can go back and grab the one that's already lit.
Nah,
okay. Yeah, so Darien pops a torch and kind of just puts it above where it doesn't make much shadow, so you can investigate a little better. Roll it again with an advantage.
Okay. Oh, I was waiting for that double crit fail.
Yeah, so you start taking a closer look at it and tracing over it. And this takes some time. You're trying to take in every detail of the mural itself, and you notice that it's incredibly detailed. The filigree on the armor, the flowering on every plate, each face of every hobgoblin that's visible is different. Some of them have differing masks of like demonic shapes, and each scale on the dragon is incredibly carved. After you kind of go over it and you notice all of this detail, you make your way up back to the dragon, and the hobgoblin sitting on top of it. And kind of cocking your head, and maybe with a little bit of help boosting you up from Darien, you take a closer look at the one that's riding the dragon. there seems to be some form of inscription across the sword.
Is it something I can read?
Looks like similar lettering to the inscription across the top.
Hathol, can you read this?
Of course I can.
Yeah, so you go up and you take a close look at it, and after it's been pointed out to you, it becomes clear as day that there's this tiny inscription across this thin blade, and it reads Feather in Hobgoblin.
It says feather in Hobgoblin. Ignas.
Well, at least it wasn't a literal feather. Is this something that can be removed?
Your investigation shows that this is all just a carved relief.
Oh, okay.
The depiction of it is much too small to be slotted into the size of the slot that's there. It definitely wouldn't fit perfectly, even if you tried to like pry it out or something.
Does the depiction match anything like in our possessions or anything around the room?
Cursory investigation of the room showed that it was mostly empty, other than these knolls, right? Like there doesn't seem to be anything in this room. What was that? What was that, Hathol?
Can I have a reminder? Did any of the statues that we passed have a sword on the way in? I don't.
Indeed, there was a sword in a sheath of the one that was marked traitor.
Traitor. Okay. In which case, can I? I think we should check this sword, guys. Back on the traitorous statue. Perhaps I could find my way back carefully through the tunnels, seeing as I know where the traps are now.
Yep, absolutely. Knowing how to navigate the traps and things like that, you're more than welcome to make your way backwards.
And I'll go
very carefully, obviously.
Yeah, I want to check if the sword is removable from its sheath.
Yeah. Do you tell them where you're going?
Yeah. I've informed them thusly.
Okay. You tell them you're going for the sword?
Yeah.
I'm asking for a particular reason.
I've told the guys I'm going back to check the statue with the sword, the one marked traitor.
Yep. Darien, you remember when you were kind of seeing if there was any traps and you had rolled an interesting number where you were like yanking on each of the weapons? Mm-hmm. You remembered when you tried to yank on the sword of the one that said traitor that it had some give, but it stuck. And then you kind of just left it there and continued on your way.
Hathol, let me join you. When I was conducting my earlier inspection of the statues, I noticed that the sword on the traitor statue did have a bit of give to it, and I think maybe I could get it out.
Yes, come with me. We'll attempt to whip it out together.
Be careful, you two. Those traps could still be tricky, especially those scythes.
Yeah, you guys carefully make your way backwards through the tomb. All the traps are still very much active, but you've kind of figured out your way very carefully on how to get through them. So I'm not going to make you do any rolls of thereof, and you work your way around each of like the arrow traps, and knowing where they are, you work your way back to the front of the temple. All told, it probably takes you about 25 to 30 minutes to do that, but you do find yourself in the front entryway with the Hall of Heroes.
Okay, so I guess we'll go right up to the statue.
Okay, yeah, you approach the statue. Again, it is defaced, crushed. Where it had the where the nameplate was is crumbled inwards and is unable to be made out. And again, across the carving of the statue in Hobgoblin, it reads, "Remember the traitor." As you look at it, and having had your closer inspection on the mural itself, what is remaining of the statue and the plate armor and the face mask of the Hobgoblin warrior matches almost perfectly with the mural depiction.
Curious that the sword of the traitor would unlock something so important, no? Why would they glorify a traitor?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
Well, time to give it the old heave-ho. And I'll attempt to remove the sword.
Yep, so Darien puts his arm on the sword and yanks. Make me an athletics check, please.
As soon as I'm... Oh, he doesn't need
whoops.
it. Okay.
Yep, it sticks a little bit, and you're pulling and pulling and pulling, but eventually you get a nice shing, and it pulls out and vibrates slightly. You feel like this kind of like this wind in the air, but you have it out in front of you. It's beautifully carved across it. The hobgoblin words across the blade that Hathol can read. It says feather, and it is all engraved in this bright kind of blue steel color, and a bunch of like flowery twists and vines down the length of the blade. The pommel itself seems functional, leather wrapped. It has a kind of a short guard, small, circular. The blade itself is rather thin. But yeah, you now have feather in your possession.
Well, that was simple. Shall we?
With great caution, we must assume for this statue to have been marked traitor, only danger can come from taking this sword. We must be careful.
Fair assumption.
And we shall take feather back to the party.
Yes.
So Darien probably secrets it away, so or wraps it up in some cloth or something like that, so it's not cutting against anything. And then you guys make your way back through all the traps and things. So now it's been almost an hour. For those of you guys that were waiting, you're more than welcome to have taken a short rest if you want to roll a whole bunch of hit die or anything
think
like
I
that.
do.
Hathol and Darien, if you guys, if you
more.
want to take a short rest when you get back as well, I mean, by all means, it's just, you have to wait some time to make that happen.
All right.
But yeah, since I'm giving them the opportunity, I'm going to let you know that if you wait like another 30 minutes, you'd be able to roll some hit die as well.
Yeah, I think I'll make use of that.
Yep. So you guys make it back to the party space.
Actually, you know what? I'm going
and
to do
you
one
guys rest a little bit.
There we go. What is with the crit fails?
And as you're resting, as that hour and a half and now 2 hours go by, you hear some stirring and rustling over where your tied up bundle of joy is. The Lady Tassir. She comes to consciousness, and if anyone's watching her, she kind of blinks herself awake and looks around and struggles against the and starts crying and wailing. And it's an awful sound.
Oh God. Just no, stop, stop, please. Oh God.
She turns and she notices you guys kind of like around some torchlight. I don't know where she's situated to you, but I'm assuming somewhere near. She goes, Iggy, untie me, Iggy, please.
Okay, you're under the influence of an unknown force. Just relax, and we'll kill it.
Relax.
That's not how you talk to a child.
She's struggling, and you see tears.
It sounds like you're trying to talk to people stranded at an airport, not your sister who's tied up on the floor.
Tears are going down her face, like cutting through the blood.
You try to relax. Have you ever
I'm gonna go over to
tried?
her
It is a
and kind of just
miracle.
like get down to like face level and just say, remain calm. Everything's going to be okay. You have no reason to panic.
She looks up at you
Relax.
with eyes that she doesn't recognize you, and she starts crying and she's sobbing, and you see like snot coming out of her nose, and she's the door. I have to get through the door. The door.
Oh
Give
God.
kid an iPad, please.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh God. I'm just gonna leave her to it. And are Darien and Hathol back yet?
Yeah, no, you guys are like all in the room resting, and after
Okay.
they've been resting,
Then I'm just gonna
She's woken up.
go to them and check out this sword that they found.
sure, your sister is crying and wailing on the ground.
There's just nothing to be done with her when she's like this. You gotta cry it out. Can we? All right. Before
Can I make a
we do,
check with her though, really quick, just to see if I can get her to stop crying. with
Yeah.
with what I said earlier.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Can I try to make a persuasion check to try to get her to stop crying, or a general
Sure.
charisma check?
It's persuasion. So what do you say?
Don't worry, your brother and I will work hard to get you through that door. Just be patient and hold still.
Okay, roll.
Heart of the die. 6.
Okay. She looks up at you and
Ah!
Wow.
she kind of quiets and Are you sure? I have to get through the door.
Promise.
She's like kind of like trying to wriggle over towards the mural.
Just gonna kind of like rub her back a little. I don't know how do we have her hog tied, right?
I mean, she's face up.
Okay.
As far as I know, if she's been face down this entire time, I've been describing facial features, and you haven't been able to see any of them. So I don't know, man. This is your child. This is a kid that you guys knocked out, tied up, and have left without any description on what's been happening to her. So that's on you, man.
Yeah. Okay. So
Maybe it's better without a description.
Yeah.
Did we hear her say the thing she just said to Miera?
Probably, yeah. She hasn't been very quiet, that's for
Yeah.
sure. And I assume you guys are close enough together to make this work.
Okay. I'll turn to Ignis and just say, she mentioned a need to get through that door. I think we might need to be prepared for whatever's drawing her in there.
Oh, don't worry. I've already thought that. I'm sure it's going to be horrible. I think we do need to use that sword, but I'm just trying to think of how we might prevent more beetles.
Well, I'm assuming that the beetles were a defense mechanism for an incorrect guess. So
I think whatever is on the other side of that door will be much more terrifying than beetles. Consider
bigger beetles.
But enough of your flippancy, Ignis. This is a dire situation, and you need to start taking it seriously.
But that was a serious answer.
According to the inscription, the chosen feather of the daughter should be used to pierce winds. So clearly, we have to stab Vas with the sword on the inscription. Here's the problem. Clearly, the daughter who carried this sword is considered a traitor to the hobgoblins. If this door has been locked for a long period of time, we can only assume it's been kept locked because of untold horrors that could be awaiting on the other side. I feel we should go through the door, but with extreme caution.
So, the same as any other day.
Or, to be fair, we did really only come here to rescue the Lady Tasir.
No, we didn't.
Oh, the three of us did.
So,
Hathol, is there something that you know about what's behind that door? Is there something you're seeking?
Here is what I know. I've already told you that I've been coming to Adis for many years in search of a relic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a relic that I've never been able to find, and this is the one place in the city that I've never been able to gain access to. The best chance for me to find this relic will be through that door. I have accompanied you this far to assist you with your hunt for the Lady Tasir. I am disappointed if you are now thinking of abandoning me once your quest is complete.
Actually, while he's doing this, I'm gonna go back to my sister.
I'm just concerned about the safety of the Duke.
And this child's behavior concerns me, especially regarding what's behind that door. I fear actually bringing her through there to see what might happen to Ignis's sister.
Well, I'm gonna ask Tessie real quick in a whisper. Tessie, do you feel like something pulling you toward that door? Cat, get away. Feel something pulling you toward that door? Have you heard anyone telling you, like in your mind, perhaps, that you need to get in there?
Yes, my new friend. My new friend's behind the door. I have to help him and get him out.
Hathol!
What?
I've seen enough horror movies to know that children with imaginary friends are not a good idea.
Yeah. Same.
I think your god is infesting my sister.
If her new friend is a he, then it surely can't be my god. I mean, a he. She just said a he.
You really could have
Tessie?
phrased that better.
Tessie? Boy or girl? Is your new friend a boy or a girl?
His name's Itzo. Itzutsun. He's so nice, and I want to help him. And he's right through there. Can't you? He's watching us right now.
It's what was the spelling on that?
Ask her.
What's
And how
So
do you
it was-
spell that?
I was just trying to find it on like the aspect. Okay.
Itzutsun. It's Itzy. I call him Itzy. It's like Iggy.
Oh my god.
That's good. That's good. It's great to have you back, by the way. Real great. Oh god. I'd like to do a history check to see what I know about Itsutsu.
Sure, Itzy. Roll me a history check for Itzy.
Okay.
Does it go with Bitsy Spider?
Oh
God.
god. Oh god, no. Please no.
If it
In
does,
your
you've
history
been talking
books-
to the dad joke people in your chat way too much.
It's you remember a book you read a long time ago where I think it started as Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout, down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Oh god damn it.
No, you remember the name isn't familiar at all. The way that she's saying it, it doesn't register on any book or history lesson you've ever gotten. But what is sticking out to you is what she's saying. The eyes being watched. You've been watched ever since you entered Adis. You felt these eyes on you. You've read in certain places that foul beasties of the underworld, when they make their homes, they tend to affect the area around them. It's the name itself feels foul on the tongue when you say it, and it kind of reminds you of a book about the Underdark that you once read.
Okay. Anyone else recognize the name Itsutsu? Not one of the aspects. Feels creepy.
Can I do
You
a
can
check?
roll for it if
Can
you'd
I
like,
roll-
yeah.
Can I roll something to see if I recognize the name?
It's probably history. I mean,
God's sake.
no, name doesn't ring a bell.
I'm just
Doesn't
gonna-
sound it. What you do know, even with that, is it doesn't sound like a hobgoblin name at all. When you say it out loud, it leaves this kind of like this foul taste in your mouth, and you feel these like something. And as you look around, every one of you, when you're in there, it just feels like these eyes are watching you at all times. You can't shake that. It's been that way ever since you walked into Adis, since you've been in the tomb. But you haven't been able to see anything, and now you're in this small circular room, and still the eyes are on you.
Were the statues in the Hall of Heroes all hobgoblin heroes?
As far as you could tell, yes, they were all hobgoblin in nature.
Perhaps whatever was trapped here, Hathol, you know how there's a connection between this traitor and whatever's trapped behind there. Perhaps similar to how Tessie seems to be under its influence, whoever this traitorous hero was once a great hero, put under its influence, and made them do something unspeakable enough to be considered a traitor. I mean, it may not be within the realm of hobgoblin history, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, whoever writes the history normally tries to remove all trace of anything quite so devastating as what could have happened here. But if we are to believe the inscription, the hobgoblin who carried the feather is the daughter of Vas. a demi aspect. I mean, I find it hard to believe that they could be controlled by something of this world.
Unless she was a chosen.
Well, I'm of two minds about this. On the one hand, getting my sister as far away from this place as possible might remove the influence of Itzy. On the other hand, it might not, and she might always be like this, in which case we need to figure out what's in there and either assuade it, pacify it, or kill it. You know what? I'm going to ask Tessie. This Itzy person, has he said what he wants? Why does he want you to open the door? Does he want to get out? Does he want you to come in?
He wants to come out and play.
Okay. And what is he going to do once he gets out?
Play? We're going to play hide and seek. This place is so full. It's full of nooks and crannies all over the place.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, you walked in here. Don't you remember? There's all those creepy tombs that you could go hide in. And then there was the statues you could hide behind. And then there were some rocks that had fallen down. You could go hide in those. I don't want to give you away all my hiding places.
Okay, I thought there was something more. We just walked down the hallway. Okay. I think it's a pretty good bet that there is something dark, powerful, and horrible behind that door. My inclination now is to just take Tessie here and run away.
Is the pull I was experiencing all the way through this adventure so far pulling me through that doorway?
You realize when the pull stopped when you entered the tomb.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember you saying that.
When you crossed the threshold, it had disappeared. Yes.
The relic I seek is in this tomb. I will be going through that door. I would implore you to accompany me.
We can't just leave you there, but we can't necessarily bring her there easily and freely. I think if we're going to walk in with her, we need to keep her on a short leash.
Oh, I think no matter what we do, whatever's in there is just try and come out the second we open that door. Sorry, cat hair.
Well, while our players attempt to figure out what they're going to be doing about this, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we will start part 2 of DieFall: The Aspects for this week. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.